I almost sold my soul to the devil, and it was nothing like you'd believe.
Let the rock-off begin!
What's going down, Mouse Nation? Morty Mouse in the house, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to tell you guys a story of something that happened to me when I was a young musician. The time I was offered to sell my soul to Satan himself.
Your soul is mine.
I was in my early 20s, about 21 years old, and at the time I had really been into songwriting and working with a whole lot of different bands. But what I wanted more than anything in the world was to be a famous musician. And I worked really hard for it, cranking out multiple songs per day and practicing in all of my free time. Now at this time I was really into rock and indie music, and it was just the beginning of my work in that scene. For those of you who don't know, I play quite a few instruments and I sing as well. And things had been going really well at the time. During a gig out in Deep Ellum, which was and still is a pretty popular place for local bands to play gigs, I met an attractive and interesting woman. And I won't give out her name just to protect her identity. But to be honest, I don't even think it was really a real person. And once you hear this story, you'll find out why. And if anything, I'm pretty sure it at least wasn't her real name anyways. This woman was a successful single mother who worked in the music industry with a very well-known label. We began dating, and the longer I dated her, the more I got to know her, the more I got to see how much she was really into the occult and the Illuminati. And one really odd thing that I realized now after I was done dating her, I would go visit and her young daughter would be there. It was a little baby, but I never heard one sound from that child. Not one. Now, as someone who's really interested in both the occult and paranormal, I was really surprised at how much she seemed to know about the Illuminati and its inner workings. She would even point things out on TV and music videos that she would proclaim as Illuminati coding with a lot of confidence. She would even tell me who was part of the Illuminati and who had actually sold their souls to the devil himself. She told me incredibly detailed stories about people who had sold their souls and how it happened, stories that one day I want to share with all of you. From recent stars like Beyonce and Jay-Z, to stars from the past like Led Zeppelin and Ozzy Osbourne, and even going as far back as to the famed blues legend Robert Johnson. And like I said, she really knew the details of these stories. And this was before all this stuff was really out and about on the internet like it is now. So after a few months of us dating, she invited me out with some of her friends to have a meal at Chili's. They all seemed really clean cut, really intelligent, and very successful. And they all told me their personal stories as we ate and drank. And they all told me stories about how much their life changed after they had met this woman that I was dating at the time. Then on the TV there in the restaurant, the TV show that we were watching started to talk about the Illuminati and how there's Illuminati imagery in music and all over media. It was at that moment that she grabbed a napkin and put an X with a line into it. She asked me, "Would you do it?" And then all her friends started asking me as well, "Would you sell your soul?" Even chanting for me to do it. She then told me, "Come on, sign it. You know you want to." She told me that if I signed it, that I would get everything I ever wanted and more. And in that moment, I felt worried. A feeling of dread came over my entire body. I then laughed nervously because it all felt too real. Was she the devil? Was she some sort of agent of the Illuminati? And then after a few moments of them trying to pressure me to sign this napkin on the table, I said no and pushed it away, trying to force a fake laugh. That way they wouldn't see the worry behind my grin. After that, we had a few more drinks and ended up going home. And that night when I got home, I felt something in my pocket. It was the napkin. I don't know if she put it in my pocket when she gave me a hug or something, but I quickly threw it in the toilet and flushed it. After that, I didn't hear from her again. Not even once. I even went by her house to make sure that she was okay, but there was no sign of her or anyone else living there. And to this day, I have no idea what happened to her or to any of those people that I met that night, or anyone else that I met through her for that matter. And honestly, after that, I think I'm okay with it. And what's even weirder is that after this happened, half the music venues in Deep Ellum closed down. What do you guys think? Was this an actual meeting with Satan himself, or just a bout of paranoia on my end? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, I'm your host, Morty Mouse. I'll see you later, or I'll see you at another time.